I still remember the smell of cheap perfume and cigarette smoke from that night. It clung to my clothes like shame. Ayesha, over here. Sara's voice had cut through the noise like it always did, loud, confident, impossible to ignore. I pushed through the crowd in her backyard. Colored lights flashed, music thumped through the speakers. Everyone looked perfect. Everyone but me. I held the little gift bag tighter in my hand. A stupid necklace I saved up for weeks to buy her. Where have you been? She asked when I reached her. Her smile was bright, fake, practiced. I thought you ditched me. I laughed nervously. Sorry, got caught up with my cousin on the phone. Liar. I've been sitting in the corner for half an hour, watching Danish flirt with other girls while pretending I didn't exist. Whatever, she said, already turning away. Come inside later. We're doing cake. I nodded, forcing a smile. But inside, I felt sick. 2 hours later, I climbed the stairs inside her house. My heart beat too fast. I wasn't even sure why I was going upstairs, I guess. I just needed air. Quiet. I pushed open the guest room door without knocking. And there they were. Sara, Danish. Her sitting on his lap. Him kissing her neck like she was the only girl in the world. My breath caught. Danish froze first, his eyes widened. Ayesha? I slammed the door shut. I ran. Down the stairs, past the laughing guests. Out the front door. Ayesha, wait. I heard her voice behind me. But I didn't stop. I ran until my legs gave out at the park near my house. Sat on the swings, hugged my knees. The tears came fast, hot, ugly, stupid. So stupid, I whispered to myself. Why did I ever tell her? Why did I trust her with this? I stayed there for what felt like hours. My phone buzzed again and again. Sara, Danish. Both calling, both texting. Sara, it's not what it looked like. Danish, please, just talk to me. Sara, come over. Let me explain. I threw my phone into the grass. By morning, I still hadn't slept. My head pounded. My heart felt hollow, and then her message came again. Sara, come to the house, please. It's important. I should have deleted it. I should have stayed home. But like an idiot, I went. The front gate clicked open when I arrived. Mr. Kamel, the driver, gave me a weird look but said nothing. Sara waited for me in the living room, perfectly dressed like nothing had happened. I stood there, arms crossed, ready to scream at her. Instead, she smiled. Ayesha, she said sweetly, I've been thinking. I narrowed my eyes. Thinking about what? Her grin widened. Like she enjoyed this. You're jobless, right? I mean, with your family situation and all. My stomach twisted. What does that have to do with anything? She walked over, slow, dramatic. I want to help you. I stared at her. Help? Me? Yeah, she said, laughing lightly. I decided, I'm hiring you. I blinked. Hiring me? For what? Her eyes glittered with something I couldn't name. Cruelty, pride, both. As my maid, she said. I froze. What? My voice cracked. You live here. She continued like she was offering me gold. Clean, cook, whatever I need. I'll even pay you. The room spun. Are you insane? She tilted her head. Come on, Ayesha. It's a win-win. You need money. I need help. I wanted to scream. I wanted to slap her. Instead, I stood there like a fool. Her smirk grew. Unless you're too proud for that? Her words sliced deeper than any slap. I thought of my mom's unpaid hospital bills, our leaking roof, my half-empty fridge, and then I did the unthinkable. I swallowed my pride. Fine, I said quietly. Her laughter rang out like victory bells. Perfect, welcome to the family, Maid. I clenched my fists at my sides. Don't push me, Sara. Oh, trust me, she whispered. Stepping closer, this is just the beginning. I walked out of her house that day with a job, but lost something I didn't even know I had left. My dignity, and in that moment, I made a silent promise. One day, she'll regret this. I stood at the front door holding a small bag of my clothes. My heart pounded so loud I thought the whole street could hear it. Kamel opened the gate. His eyes flicked over me. But he said nothing. Upstairs, he mumbled, Sara's waiting. I dragged my feet up the marble steps. Every inch of me screamed to turn back. But I didn't. Sara sat on her bed, scrolling through her phone like she hadn't ruined my life. You're late, she said without looking up. I came as fast as I could. Her eyes finally met mine. Cold, amused. Drop your stuff, she said, standing up. Uniform's in the bathroom. Put it on. My throat went dry. Uniform, she smirked. You didn't think you'd work in jeans, did you? I opened the bathroom door. The uniform lay on the counter, black dress, white apron, like something out of an old movie. My hands shook as I changed. When I stepped out, she laughed. You actually look cute, she said, like my own little puppet. I bit my lips so hard I tasted blood. Now, she said, tossing me a list. Start with the floors, then the mirrors, then laundry. I stared at the paper. All of this, today, obviously. She said sweetly, unless you want me to. Deduct your pay. Oh wait. I haven't decided how much you'll get yet. I opened my mouth to speak. But her door flew open. Walid walked in, grinning like he just won the lottery. No way, he said, laughing. You actually made her do it. Sara beamed. Told you I could. Walid whistled low. From class topper to house cleaner. Impressive fall. Ayesha? I turned away, pretending the smudges on the mirror needed extra attention. Oi. Walid said, stepping closer. I'm talking to you. I swallowed hard. I heard you. His laughter echoed as he left. Sara clapped her hands. Ignore him. He's just having fun. I kept scrubbing. By noon, my back ached, my fingers were raw. The smell of cleaning fluid burned my nose. Downstairs, I heard voices, Sarah's, Danish's. I froze. Come in. Sara giggled from the living room. I crept to the stairs, heart pounding. Danish's voice drifted up. Where's Ayesha? I held my breath. Oh, her. Sara laughed, busy cleaning my toilet. Silence. Then Danish cleared his throat. That's harsh. She asked for it, she said, voice dripping with fake sweetness. Anyway, wanna watch a movie? Their laughter followed me back to the bathroom. I scrubbed harder. Hours later, as I dragged a basket of dirty laundry down the hall, I bumped straight into Aunt Farah. Her sharp eyes traveled from my face to the maid uniform. Not a single emotion crossed her face. She said, stepping aside like I wasn't even there. I bit my cheek and kept walking. In the laundry room, I sank to the floor. My head rested on my knees. What am I doing? Why am I here? My phone buzzed in my pocket. Zoya. I answered in a whisper. Hey. Where are you? Are you okay? Her voice sounded panicked. I'm fine. Just working. Where? I swallowed. Sarah's house. There was a pause. You're joking. No. Are you crazy? After what she did to you? I laughed bitterly. Maybe I am. Ayesha? I gotta go, I said quickly. Can't talk right now. I hung up before she could say more. By dinner, I served food at the table like an invisible shadow. Sarah's parents ate without even glancing at me. Wally cracked jokes. Danish kept his eyes on his plate. When I placed a bowl in front of Sara, she leaned close and whispered, smile for me, Maid. I forced the fakest smile I could manage. Late that night, when everyone was asleep, I lay on the thin mattress in the servant quarters, staring at the ceiling. Tears threatened again. But I swallowed them down. This won't last forever. I whispered to myself. Somewhere deep inside, a tiny ember of anger flickered to life. She thinks she's won. But she doesn't know me. Not really, not yet. I sat on the cold floor of the servant quarters, knees pressed to my chest, hands shaking like I had a fever. The thin blanket offered no warmth. The single bulb above me flickered, like it was mocking me too. Sarah's words wouldn't leave my head. Look how low you've fallen. I bit my lip till it hurt. My phone buzzed again. Zoya. I stared at the screen for a second before answering. Ayesha? Where the hell have you been? Her voice was sharp, panicked. I'm fine, I whispered. No. You're not. You've missed college for days. Are you sick? What's going on? I'm just helping out at someone's house. Whose house? I stayed silent. Zoya's voice cracked. Ayesha, please don't tell me it's Sara. I squeezed my eyes shut. It's temporary. I need the money. The money? Are you serious? After what I said I'm fine. I snapped louder than I meant to. I swallowed hard. I'm tired. Okay. Let's talk later. Before she could respond, I ended the call. My stomach growled, but I ignored it. I hadn't eaten all day. Every time I thought about food, I felt like throwing up. I lay there for hours, staring at the ceiling, feeling like a ghost in my own life. Morning came too fast. Dragging my feet, I put on my faded jeans and headed to college. I didn't care how I looked. Dark circles under my eyes, greasy hair. Who cared? In the hallway, Professor Rahim spotted me first. Ayesha. He called, waving me over. I froze. You've been missing too many classes, he said as I walked up. His face showed real concern. Are you all right? I'm fine, sir. I lied. You don't look fine. I've been busy with family stuff. He raised an eyebrow. You're one of my top students. Don't let this ruin your semester. I won't. I mumbled, keeping my head down. Office hours. Tomorrow. Be there. His tone left no room for argument. I nodded quickly and walked off. In the canteen, I made the mistake of looking toward the corner table. There they were. Sara, Danish, laughing like nothing ever happened. Her hand casually on his shoulder, his face close to hers as he whispered something. She threw her head back, giggling like a perfect little actress. Danish looked up for half a second. Our eyes met. I froze. He looked away. Coward. I turned on my heel and left the canteen. Behind the building, I leaned against the wall, breathing hard. Stupid, I whispered. So stupid. What did you expect? That he'd defend you? That he'd care? I wiped my face roughly. My phone buzzed again. Zoya. I ignored it. Instead, I opened my notes app. My fingers moved without thinking. List of things to never forget. Sara betrayed me. Danish is spineless. I'm alone. No one's coming to save me. By the time classes ended, I felt like a zombie. Back at Sarah's house, I slipped into the kitchen, trying to avoid her. I scrubbed dishes until my hands turned red. But, of course, she found me. Well, look who finally showed up, she said from the doorway, holding her coffee cup like a queen. I kept my eyes on the sink. You missed 2 chores today, she continued. Should I deduct your imaginary salary? Silence. Oh, come on, she said, stepping closer. Don't give me the silent treatment. You're my maid now, not my friend. Don't forget that. I didn't answer. Her voice dropped lower. You know, it's funny. I thought you were smarter than this. I clenched the sponge in my hand till my knuckles turned white. You're pathetic, she said finally. Turning to leave, the second she disappeared, I threw the sponge across the room. It hit the wall with a wet slap. My breath came fast. My whole body shook. This couldn't go on. I stared at my reflection in the metal faucet, eyes swollen, face pale, a shadow of who I used to be. That night, lying on the cold floor again, something inside me snapped. I'm done crying for her, I whispered into the dark. My heart still ached. But the anger felt warm, alive for the first time. In weeks, I had energy. A different kind of energy. Revenge wasn't just an idea anymore. It was a plan. 2 sugars, no milk, Sara said, waving her hand like I was invisible. I set the coffee cup on her table without a word. Oh, and polish my black heels after this, she added, scrolling through her phone. Yes, Sara? I said quietly inside. I smiled. Every morning, I studied her. What time she woke up, when she left for college, which drawer she used most, where she kept her spare phone. I waited for my chance. It came late one afternoon. While she laughed downstairs with Waleed, I slipped into her room, opened the top drawer. There it was. Her second phone. I grabbed it, heart racing. Locked, of course. Come on, think, I whispered. Her birthday. I typed it in. Unlocked. My hands shook as I scrolled through her messages, blackmail texts, screenshots, voice notes threatening other girls, flirty messages to boys who were in Danish, group chats mocking me, calling me names. I took screenshots of everything, transferred copies to my phone, emailed backups to myself. By the time I heard footsteps on the stairs, the phone was back in her drawer like it had never moved. Laundry done, she asked when I passed her in the hall. Yes, I said with a smile. That night, I lay on my thin mattress, staring at my phone screen, reading her messages again and again. She's worse than I thought, I muttered. The next day at college, I bumped into Rehan near the library. Hey, Ayesha? He said, blinking like he wasn't sure it was really me. Hi. I mumbled. You okay? Haven't seen you around. Been busy? He hesitated. You don't look okay. I forced a smile. I'm managing. If you need help with notes or anything, just say so. I nodded, already walking away before he could ask more questions. Back at Sara's house, I played the part she wanted. Yes, Sara, right away. Sara, anything else, Sara? I cleaned her shoes till my fingers hurt, scrubbed her bathroom floor till my knees ached. Smiled when she insulted me. Ugh, you're so slow, she snapped one evening. Were you born useless, or did you have to practice? I bit my cheek. Sorry, Sara. She laughed. Whatever, just hurry up. But every night I collected more. Every nasty text, every cruel voice note. One evening, while dusting her dresser, I found something else, a tiny notebook. Curiosity burned in my chest. I flipped through it fast. Names, dates, amounts, money she took from girls at college in exchange for silence. Blackmail ledger. I whispered. My hands shook with adrenaline as I snapped pictures of every page. I heard her footsteps coming and shoved the notebook back in place. Ayesha, she called from downstairs. Coming? I shouted back, forcing my heartbeat to slow. That night, while folding her laundry, I heard her on the phone with Danish. No, babe. I swear, she's fine. Just a little broken, that's all, she said, laughing. My stomach twisted. Later, while serving dinner, Wally caught my arm. Hey, May girl, clean my room tomorrow. It's a mess. I pulled my arm free, of course. He laughed like it was the funniest thing in the world. Upstairs, Aunt Farah passed me in the hallway, cold as ever, silent as usual. I didn't care. I had bigger plans now. By midnight, I had every piece of dirt saved in multiple folders. As I lay in bed, staring at the cracked ceiling, I smiled for real. She made me her puppet. I whispered, now it's my turn to pull the strings. Be careful with that coffee. Sara's voice sliced through the living room like a knife. I said softly, carrying the tray with shaking hands. Danish sat on the couch, scrolling through his phone like none of this mattered, like I didn't exist. As I reached for the table, the cup wobbled, just a little, barely a drop spilled. But that was enough. Sara shot up from her seat. Before I could react, her hand smacked across my cheek. Hard, loud. My head snapped to the side. Silence. My skin burned where her palm landed for a second. No one moved. Then Danish coughed awkwardly. Sara, that's… Shut up, she snapped, glaring at him. She needs to learn her place. I swallowed, blinking back the sting in my eyes. I wouldn't cry here. Not in front of her. Not in front of him. Without another word, I picked up the tray and walked away upstairs. I slammed my door shut and slid to the floor. My hands trembled as I touched my cheek. The heat, the humiliation, the hatred. I grabbed my phone. My heart raced as I scrolled through my secret folder, screenshots, voice notes, photos of her little blackmail notebook. For weeks, I collected dirt for this moment. I opened a new email draft. Subject: who Sara really is. I typed faster than I ever had in my life. No greeting. No explanations, just attachments, screenshots of her chats with boys while dating Danish. Threads she sent to other girls, copies of her blackmail notes, all of it. I attached them one by one. 2. The college dean. 2. Danish. 2. Our entire class. Group. 2. Every teacher she brown-nosed, and for good measure. Aunt Farah. My finger hovered over the send button. I hesitated for exactly 3 seconds. Then I hit send. A rush of air left my lungs like I'd been holding it for weeks. I tossed my phone on the bed and laughed, a dry, shaky laugh that tasted like freedom. Downstairs, I heard Sara still talking, laughing. Acting like the queen of the world. Let's watch a movie, Danish, she said, her voice fake sweet. I smiled bitterly. Enjoy your last night of peace. The next morning started normal. Sara waltzed into the dining room in her silk robe. Ayesha, where's my juice? Coming, I said, pouring it carefully. My cheek still stung. Danish sat at the table, scrolling through his phone like always. But suddenly, he froze, his eyes widened. Sara, what the hell is this? His voice cut through the room. She blinked at him. What's what? He stood up fast. These messages, these screenshots. Are you serious? Her smile faded. What are you talking about? His phone screen faced her. Her own words staring back, her face drained of color. No, this is fake. Before she could finish, Aunt Farah stormed in. Sara? Her voice boomed. What did you do? It's a lie. Someone's framing me. The dean just called me, Aunt Farah snapped. You've embarrassed this family. Sara's hands shook. I don't know how they got that stuff. Someone hacked me. Enough, Aunt Farah shouted. Waleed appeared in the hallway, watching like it was a TV drama. I stood by the kitchen door, pretending to wipe a glass, but inside, I burned with satisfaction. Danish grabbed his backpack and stormed out. Wait, Danish, please. Sara ran after him barefoot. Too late? He didn't even turn back. Upstairs, I heard her sobbing through the walls, her perfect world crashing down. I sat on my bed, hugging my knees, letting it all sink in. For the first time in forever, I didn't feel powerless, I felt alive. I walked into college like I owned the place. For the first time in weeks, no lowered eyes, no hunched shoulders, heads turned. Whispers followed me down the hallway. She did it. Did you see the screenshots? I heard she blackmailed 3 girls, even Danish dumped her. I smiled to myself and kept walking. At the canteen entrance, I spotted Sara sitting alone, eyes puffy, face pale. Phone clutched in her trembling hands. I took a seat 2 tables away, close enough to watch. Danish appeared at her table, slamming his bag down. What the hell, Sara? He hissed. How long were you lying to me? She jumped like she'd been slapped. Danish, please, I swear. It wasn't how it looks, oh yeah? He held up his phone. So these aren't your messages? This isn't your handwriting, those aren't your voice notes threatening other girls. I can explain. He laughed bitterly. I'm done listening. Wait, she cried, grabbing his arm. Please just give me one chance. He pulled free. You had your chance with that. He stormed off. Sara buried her face in her hands. I turned away, hiding my smirk. Later that afternoon, during economics, even Professor Rahim threw her a cold stare when she walked in late. Miss Sara? He said sharply. How nice of you to join us. I trust you're done ruining people's lives for today. Gasps filled the room. Her face turned beet red. She mumbled an apology and sank into her chair. I pretended to take notes, but my heart screamed with satisfaction. By evening, the real fireworks began. I was folding laundry in the hallway when Aunt Farah's voice roared through the house. Sara, get downstairs, now. The sound of stomping feet followed. I tiptoed to the top of the stairs, heart pounding. How dare you embarrass this family like this? Aunt Farah yelled. Do you know how many calls I've had today? The dean, parents, even the neighborhood aunties. Mom, please, it's not my fault, Sara sobbed. Someone hacked me, someone's framing me, liar, Aunt Farah screamed. You've been a disgrace for months. Wally peeked from behind the kitchen door, shaking his head. When he spotted me watching, he just shrugged and disappeared. I didn't miss the way even he kept his distance now. By dinner time, Sara didn't show up at the table. No one asked about her. As I cleared the dishes, I heard her door slam upstairs. A few hours later, she cornered me near the laundry room. You, she hissed, eyes bloodshot. This is your fault. I know it's you. I blinked innocently. My fault? For what? Don't play dumb with me, she screamed. You're the only one who had access to my things, my phone, my notes. I stepped back. I just cleaned, Sara. That's what you hired me for, remember? Her hands shook. Get out of my house. I paused. What? You heard me. She spat. You're fired. Get out. Now. I stood there for a full 10 seconds. Then I smiled. Gladly, I said. I packed my few things in 5 minutes flat. Mr. Camel watched silently as I walked past him. Wally peeked out of the living room but said nothing. At the gate, I stopped. I turned back just once. Sara stood at her bedroom window, watching me. Tears on her face, anger in her eyes. I lifted my chin, smiled, and walked away. For the first time in weeks, I breathed. The air felt different, lighter. But deep down, I knew one thing for sure. This wasn't over, not even close. I walked through the college hallway with my head high, ignoring the whispers. Ayesha's back. She looks different. Do you think she really exposed Sara? I didn't answer anyone. My eyes stayed forward, my hands steady. My heart cold. Out of the lockers, I felt her before I saw her. Ayesha, wait. Sara's voice cracked behind me. I kept walking. She caught up, grabbing my wrist. Please, just talk to me. I yanked my arm free. Don't touch me. Her eyes widened. I just want to explain. I'm not interested, I said flatly. She blinked fast. Look, I know I messed up. But you don't have to ruin my whole life or ruin. I laughed coldly. You think this is ruined? This is just the beginning. Her lips trembled. I'll do anything. Just delete those files, please. I stepped closer. Anything, like what? Another slap? More public humiliation? Remind me how that worked out for you. Her face flushed. I didn't mean to save it. I cut her off. You meant every second of it. I walked off. That night, my phone buzzed. Danish. I'm sorry, I should have stood up for you. Danish, can we talk? Danish, please. I stared at the messages, deleted them without replying. The next morning at college, I saw him waiting near the gate. Ayesha. Just 5 minutes. He begged. I pushed past him without a word. In the canteen, I caught Sara sitting alone at the farthest corner. No friends. No laughter. No makeup. Dark circles under her eyes. Wally passed by, tossing her a look of pure disgust. Can't believe I defended you, he muttered. She didn't even respond. In class, Professor Rahim avoided eye contact with her. When she raised her hand to answer a question, he called on someone else. At lunch, I overheard two girls near the vending machine. Her parents cut off her cards. One whispered, "Good," the other said, "After what she did, she deserves it." By evening, she stood outside my classroom door waiting. I stopped in my tracks. Students stared. Phones came out. Ayesha, please, she whispered, tears falling fast. Just talk to me. I'm begging you. I crossed my arms in front of everyone. That's new. Her shoulders shook. I don't care anymore. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. I said nothing. Say something, yell at me, slap me back, anything, just stop ignoring me, she cried louder. People filmed, some laughed. Some looked away awkwardly. I leaned in. Now you know how it feels. Her knees buckled. She sank to the floor, still sobbing. I turned away. Walking down the hall, I heard people murmuring. She totally broke her. Honestly, she deserves it. Did you see Sara crying? Never thought I'd see that day. I reached the courtyard and sat on the bench. Zoya slid in next to me. You okay? She asked softly. I shrugged. Better than before. Zoya hesitated. Are you done now? I didn't answer because deep inside I knew the truth. I wasn't done. Not yet. My phone buzzed at midnight. Sara, please meet me. I'm sorry. I stared at the screen, debating. My thumb hovered over delete. But something made me pause. Curiosity, pity. I didn't know. After 10 minutes of pacing my room, I grabbed my jacket and walked out. The park was almost empty. Same bench we used to sit on after classes. Back when I thought she was my friend, she sat there now. Knees pulled to her chest, makeup streaked down her cheeks, hair a mess. I stopped a few feet away. She looked up fast. You came? Her voice cracked. I crossed my arms. What do you want? She wiped her face with shaky hands. I don't even know where to start. Try with the truth, I said coldly. Her chin trembled. I miss you. I laughed bitterly. Now that you've lost everyone else, she flinched. That's not fair. I stepped closer, like when you humiliated me in front of your family. Or when you let Danish use me for fun. Or when you slapped me in front of him like I was dirt. Tears spilled down her face. I know. I know I was horrible. I hate myself for it, okay? I stayed silent. She buried her face in her hands. I can't sleep. I can't eat. Everyone hates me. My mom barely talks to me. Danish blocked me. Walid won't even sit with me at dinner. I feel like I'm invisible. Good, I whispered. She looked up. Eyes wide. Ayesha, please. You are my best friend. No. I snapped. I was your punching bag. Her shoulders shook. I'm sorry. I swear I'm sorry. I don't even know why I acted that way. I felt powerful. And I took it out on you. I stared at her, remembering every tear I cried alone on that cold floor, every insult, every time she laughed while I broke inside. For one stupid second, a tiny part of me wanted to forgive her. But then her slap flashed in my memory, her smirks, her lies. I stood tall. You taught me something, Sara. She blinked fast. What? You taught me how to be heartless. Her mouth fell open. I leaned down, meeting her eyes. Now live with the monster you created. I turned and walked away. Her broken sobs followed me all the way home. Ayesha? Over here. Zoya waved at me from our usual table in the canteen. That I smiled and hurried over. Sorry, got caught up with Professor Rahim. She raised an eyebrow, more scolding. Actually, no. I sat down, dropping my bag on the chair. He offered to write me a scholarship recommendation. Her eyes widened. Wait, seriously? I nodded, said he's seen a huge change in me lately. Well, he's not wrong, she said, poking my arm. You're like, fearless now. I laughed softly. Guess life does that to you, Rehan. Walked by just then. He paused at our table. Hey, Ayesha? Hey, I said, surprised. He scratched the back of his neck. You, coming to the study group later? Maybe, I said, smiling. Zoya grinned like she'd won the lottery. Rehan smiled back, then walked off. As soon as he left, Zoya leaned in. Look at you making friends. Maybe even more. Stop, I said, laughing, but deep down, it felt good. For the first time in months, I wasn't surviving, I was living. After classes, I headed to the library. On my way, I passed the empty bench where Sara used to sit with her crowd. Now, no one sat there. At first, the silence felt like victory, but lately, it felt like something else too, a tiny ache. Somewhere deep. I shook the thought away and kept walking. Later that night, Zoya and I sat in my room, books scattered everywhere. Honestly, I still can't believe everything that happened, she said. Me neither, I admitted. Do you ever regret it? She asked carefully. I closed my book. Sometimes. She blinked. Really? I sighed. Not for standing up for myself, but maybe for how far I went. Silence settled between us. Then she smiled. Still, I'm proud of you. Thanks, I said softly. After she left, I lay on my bed, staring at the ceiling. My phone buzzed. A random message from the college group chat. Someone sent a meme. People laughed, jokes flew. I joined in, smiling, for real this time. But as I scrolled, I couldn't help it. I searched Sara's name. Nothing. No messages, no status updates, no posts. Like she'd vanished. I locked my phone and stared at the wall. 1. Friend's betrayal had rewritten my entire story, changed me, forever. But one thing I knew for sure, no one ever again would make me feel small. Not like that. Not like her. I closed my eyes and let the feeling of freedom sink in, bitter, but good.